8:18. Let's do this. Welcome to the 5-minute snippet, which definitely won't go over, for today, which will be Wednesday, let me do maths, 24th of March. And today we're going to be talking about creating results in 2021 and the 3 things that you need to do. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So this is what you need to do in the gym to see results. Not, related to the gym anyway. And the first one is training. So this is what we would call the stimulus. Now, we're going to use a little car analogy. The key to turning on the car to get it going is training. It's the stimulus that you input into it. Now, here's what your training needs to look like. And unfortunately, it's not going to be going to pump classes, I'm afraid. You must be training 3 to 5 times per week. That's just so you can do enough sets in each session and stimulate the muscles. Some people maybe twice a week, but probably not unless you're completely new to the gym. And even then, 3's better. You need to be doing 10 to 20 sets per muscle group per week. So you need to do a minimum of 10 sets. Again, this is on average. Some people need less, some people need more. A minimum of 10 sets for your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings, your chest, your back, your abs. You need to be doing 10 to 20 on average. All right. That means that your technique has to be perfect. So you have to be able to keep a flat back in the squat, heels on the floor. There's so many things that you need to do before that, but that's okay. You just need to know this information. The rest of you can work around. And you need to be training within 4 reps to failure. Now that means technical failure, and don't stress out about getting crushed by something because you know. You need to be training close to failure, and what it will feel like is that from the start of the set to getting close to failure will feel like, this is okay, I can manage this. And as you start to get more tired, and this is muscularly, not with your lungs, we're talking about pump classes, they suck, don't go to them. We're talking about doing a squat and you go down for the first 5, and on the 6th one, you start to feel a bit of resistance. It's more difficult to push yourself up. And on the 7th one, it's more difficult again, the effort is rising, you feel like your muscles are starting to fatigue, and it's getting difficult to maintain your technique. You're still maintaining it, but it's getting difficult to do so. You have to force yourself to do it. You have to work harder. And then, that's your minimum. And from then on, you're just going to try and beat it by 1 rep. And even if you don't go to failure or close to failure in the first 2 weeks, you will eventually get there just by trying to get another rep and another rep until you can't do any more with good technique, and then you stop. The second one is the recovery, so it's adaptation. So this is like the petrol for the car, okay? The car's going nowhere without the petrol. You need to be consuming adequate protein, which is around 1.6 to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight, or 3 to 5 large servings of protein per day. Now, I'm not going to go into why we need that specific amount. If you want to know, you can get in touch. But you need that because it supports recovery, and muscle is made of protein. I don't care what the Herbalife Gimp said. It's a physical thing. Muscle is made of it. You got to eat it. You need to be getting vitamins, preferably through varied plants. But if you're like me and picky, you can get the veggies and fruits that you enjoy, and then just top it up with a multivitamin. I recommend the one from My Protein. It's got a good spread of what you need. And you need to be sleeping. So there's a reason why we sleep. We don't know 100% why we sleep, but we know when people are born with diseases that stop them from sleeping, they die pretty soon. There's a guy that couldn't sleep, and he died within a year. They kept him up for a year and he died. Yeah, it's pretty fucking awful. So yeah, you need to be sleeping 7 to 9 hours per night, and that has to be 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep, not wake up at 7 for work, so I'm in bed at 11:59 and then lie on my phone for 45 minutes. You have to have a good pre-bed routine around 30 minutes before, and you have to dedicate yourself to trying to get that good sleep in. I'll do more talking on sleep later this week. And lastly, it's consistency. Don't program hop. You need to be doing a program for at least 12 weeks and running it consistently to even see any type of change. And honestly, it will take longer than that, but that's the bare minimum, presuming that you have amazing genetics. You need to be progressing and attempting to better your performance. Look, it's kind of like this. You don't get more drunk by sipping apple sours. You get drunk by drinking more and more shots of tequila until you wake up in your bed and you've got a cone next to you and a very strange man or woman who definitely looked like Johnny Depp or Olivia. Oh God, I don't know any celebrities. Someone hot that's a woman the night before. Anyway, what you need to do is you need to be doing more over time. You've done 3 times 10, 9, 8 on goblet squats last week. Okay, you either need to pick a heavier weight and try and meet the same reps, or you have to do 11, 10, 9, or shoot for that at least with perfect technique. And even then, you have to reflect on that and adapt as you needed. I talked about 10 sets. If you don't feel like you've done a hard enough workout and it was 10 sets per muscle group, and you really think you were training hard, add another set on. See if that gives you a little bit more soreness. Not that soreness is the be-all, end-all, but you feel like you've worked. If you leave the gym, you're like, oh, I don't really feel like my muscles are tired. You're probably not doing enough, or you're not doing enough intensity. I don't want to get into it in this because this is already getting too long, but you have to reflect on it. How did that training week feel? Did it feel hard? Did my technique feel good? There's so many variables, but this is it broken down. And this is the start to nailing 2021. And guess what? If you're struggling, you know where I am. You can get in touch. If you think you need more personal help, you can apply for coaching. Or if you're listening to this before April 26th, you could get in touch and sign up for my 30-day challenge, which is going to be focusing on habits and nutrition when we get back into the gym. And there'll be a little bit of training sprinkled in there too. Team, thank you so much for watching, listening, using this resource. And I hope you all have a lovely week, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye now.